Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Trainer Podcast with your hosts, Ryan and Dan.
Hello.
This week we have Mercedes joining us. She's here to talk about her trip to Shanghai when it opened in 2016, and also talking about her upcoming trip to Disneyland, that's the original Disneyland in California, and talk a little bit about her various trips to Disneyland Paris as well. This is a really good episode. We were lucky enough to have Mercedes with us in the room as we recorded, which is a very rare thing for us to have a guest on the show who isn't like a family member or someone that we've known for 10 years. Lucky enough that Mercedes lives just down the road from us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Each of us has a dream, a heart's desire. It calls to us. And when we're brave enough to listen and bold enough to pursue, that dream will lead us on a journey to discover who we're meant to be. All we have to do is look inside our hearts and unlock the magic.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
So, welcome to the podcast,
Hello,
Mercedes.
thank you for having me.
That's all right. This one's like a bit of a weird one because I think we've been following each other on Twitter for a while.
Yes.
But suddenly last week, I can't remember, I just saw a tweet from you. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, we should have a chat at some point.
Yeah.
And then you're in Brighton, which is just down the road from us. Mm-hmm. So you're like, okay, let's just come and record in person. So I think you're actually our first ever guest in person who we don't already know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we've had Carly on,
haven't we?
who I went to Disneyland Paris with.
Yeah.
They're kind of friends of mine and Donna's. Mm-hmm. And we've had Stu on, who is Stu. So he does the customer. It's always weird. Yeah, he needs no introduction. But yeah, so you're the first ever guest that's been welcomed into our studio.
Well, I'm very...
AKA Lounge.
Well, I'm very flattered and honoured to be here. Thank you.
But I think you've been to parks that we haven't been to before, Shanghai being the main one, and you're going to Disneyland later this year.
Yes, very, very excited about that trip for sure.
I'm very jealous of that trip.
I'm kind of jealous of myself already. Of when I get back, I'm going to be like, once in a lifetime.
You'll be planning
trip.
the next one.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So Shanghai, let's talk about that first. You were there, was it for the actual opening?
Yeah, so it was during, it wasn't the actual day of opening, but it was during the grand opening period in 2016. My best friend from high school, who's also Disney nuts, had moved over to Shanghai. I'd never been to Asia, never been to China, and I thought, well, if I'm going to go, this is the time. So booked a really big 2.5-week trip around China, which finished in Shanghai to see her, and we went to Shanghai Disney, which was amazing. I'm sure you guys remember at the time there was a lot of bad publicity.
Yeah, lots of things about guest behaviour.
Yes,
mainly.
It was mostly about the culture there and people not respecting the park. So littering, graffiti, jumping in line, kids peeing on Main Street and that kind of thing. So I was really intrigued, I guess we could say, but I didn't find any of that really. Everyone was very respectful. There was very little English, which obviously going to Disneyland Paris, that can sometimes be a challenge, but it was even more so. I mean, it was probably 20% English.
Okay.
So
like the ride audio and everything.
Everything, yeah. So shows, parades, the music at the fireworks was Mandarin versions of Let It Go and Be Our Guest and so on. Which you've got Mandarin Jack Sparrow on Pirates of the Caribbean. So it was definitely different, but I didn't find any of the kind of bad publicity that the press had referenced at all. So that was good.
Yeah, that is good. Did you find that because a lot of the rides are, I guess, they're different, but similar in some ways, that the language barrier is a little bit less of a struggle, or was it really like quite intense because I've seen like the Lights Motors Action show in France, and that one's a real weird like. Half of it's English, half of it's French, and it's just a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I quite like it when Disney do that. I think they've got a really good way of... You'll remember the fireworks in Paris a few years back where they had Peter Pan and Wendy. And I think
that worked really well.
It works really nicely where you've got one English character, one French character, and they're responding to each other in their native tongues or whatever, and that works nicely. But I think because this was pure Mandarin, it was a little bit of a challenge. As you say, as somebody that's been to Disney a lot and that knows all the songs and the attractions and things, it was fine for me. But my other half, who hates Disney, had never been to any Disney park ever, and this was his first experience.
Wow. Oh, right. Okay,
I know, right? Go big or go home. So he was there at the grand opening of Shanghai Disney with, like, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think if that had been English, it really would have transformed that a little bit for him. He loved it, but
he's like, what is going on?
Yeah, essentially, and things like I'm trying to think of something else that's kind of like Peter Pan's Flight. Things that if you've been on them before, it doesn't hugely matter, but he was a bit like, I don't really know what's going on. So yes.
You mentioned that he hates Disney, which is a strong...
I know.
It's a strong word.
I think he's coming around. I think maybe now he can tolerate it.
Okay.
He surprised me last Christmas with Disneyland Paris tickets and had booked a trip for us to go, which I think a lot of people were quite shocked about. So I think he's coming around, but it's still not his favourite destination by any stretch.
So you limited on the kind of the amount of merchandise you're allowed in the house?
Oh, yeah, 100%. We just bought our first place and we've now got 2 bedrooms. We had a little 1-bedroom flat in Hove before that. And now the second bedroom is the Disney room. It has all the Blu-rays and the plushies and the mini ears. It's all contained nicely, which ironically is the room I banish him to watch rugby as well.
Oh, wow. So he's just sat there like, great.
Feeling like a 7-year-old girl with all this kind of like Disney princess stuff everywhere. But yeah, he tolerates it now, I would say.
Sometimes that's nice though, because I feel like we've got 2 bedrooms as well, and Disney is everywhere, right? So
yes, I can see it right now.
Yeah, it's everywhere in the front room. There's not too much in the bedroom, but the games room is like you've got Marvel canvases, you've got Kylo Ren stuff. Like there's loads of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've got every Lego Disney minifig that they've released. They're all on the shelf. So it is everywhere, and you know when we're planning on getting probably a bungalow next year.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, more space for merchandise.
Yeah, I definitely have to rein it in. But he is really into kite surfing, which obviously I know is huge in Goring, which is where he's from originally. And he skis, so he definitely takes up a lot of space with his equipment.
Yeah.
So I think I'm allowed my little
space.
my tiny box room at the back of the house full of Disney stuff. That's allowed, I think.
Yeah, you're fine, I think.
For sure.
So Shanghai.
Yes.
I've seen your YouTube videos
Yes.
and how passionate you were talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yes. Best ride ever, like, that I've ever been on. I was thinking, actually, you guys did a podcast a couple of weeks back about your favourite ride, and I responded on your Facebook to that, and I'm thinking now, actually, I completely forgot about Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai. Yeah, it was just, if any of you have seen the POV videos on YouTube,
it looks insane.
It is ridiculous. It's the same kind of screen technology that they use on Ratatouille or Spider-Man. Right. But obviously you're in a boat. It's the kind of classic Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, but it is based more on the movies. So you've got a lot more Johnny Depp animatronics. You've got the Hans Zimmer soundtrack. So it's pretty epic. The boats go backwards. You go down the slope backwards. They kind of rotate. It's just, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean like 2.0. It's just another ride entirely. So that was amazing. I kind of wasn't prepared for that when I went on that. It was just mind-blowing, and amazing.
That's one ride, I think, outside of the Tron coaster that I saw, and the castle itself. I think when I saw the video of that, I was just like, oh my God, I need to book a trip tomorrow.
Yeah. And I would say, I mean, my mum is, she's never been to Asia, and she was a little bit, are you going to be safe in China? I was like, yes, Mum. She can be a bit ignorant sometimes. But just because of that ride, I said to her, it's her favourite ride anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, Mum, you need to go to Shanghai. Purely, I would say that it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but that ride is worth a trip, honestly. So good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that ride. And it's just like the animatronics just look incredible.
Oh yeah, so there's again, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for anyone, but if you watch the POV video, you'll see there's one animatronic of Jack Sparrow at the very beginning that transforms in a way, without spoiling it too much. And the first time I saw it, it was a real kind of blink and you'll miss it moment. And I thought, no, that can't have just happened. So the second time I rode it, I was like, right, I'm prepared this time. I'm going to really watch to see how they've done this. And I still have no idea. It was just like actual magic in front of you. It was incredible. So, yes.
There's a Barbosa one as well, right?
There's a Barbosa animatronic that's very good too. But yeah, this specific animatronic that I'm talking about, I don't want to ruin it, but it changes quite dramatically right in front of your eyes. So, yeah, really cool.
So, Pirates is amazing.
Yes.
What about Tron?
Tron was really good. So, Tron is basically Shanghai's kind of big Tomorrowland roller coaster. They don't have Space Mountain out there. So, Tron is kind of in place of that. Which was really good as well. So you're on like the Tron bike.
Yeah.
And I was quite honest in my YouTube video and said I've never watched anything to do with Tron. I understand like the basic premise, but I don't know the narrative very well. So you're on one of the bikes and you're not strapped in at all. You've got this kind of hard shell that sits over your back a bit like a tortoise shell, and if you lean against it, it actually does like lift off. So you think, oh my God, I'm going to fall off. But because of the G-force when you're on the ride, it just kind of keeps on your back. So you can sit up and kind of have your arms in the air and be quite free on this ride.
Wow, that sounds petrifying.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's that little kind of extra bit of danger that makes it really exciting. It doesn't go upside down or anything like that, obviously, because you would just fall out. But yeah, so essentially, I think your calves are strapped in.
Okay.
Kind of similar to Air at Alton Towers, if you've been on that. You've got these kind of flaps that go over the front of your shins. So that's strapped in, but your upper torso, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
So that's quite cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do exactly the same thing in Walt Disney World when they bring it there.
You're thinking because of like health and safety.
Yeah. Like maybe the rules are slightly less intense
Also,
over there. I don't know.
I think let's say the body type is somewhat different in Orlando than it is in China.
Well, actually, that's funny you say that, because I had a really horrible experience where we're in this queue for I can't remember what it's called, but they've got like this kind of outdoor adventure aisle thing in the Adventureland bit, or Adventure Isle as it's called out there in Shanghai. And it's like an obstacle course, I guess. You walk over like a tightrope thingy over a waterfall, and yeah, not very exciting. But as we were going onto it, they put you in like a jumpsuit, and I noticed they were colour coordinated in terms of size.
Right.
Okay.
And I was there, and all the men were getting like the Asian Chinese men were getting the green suits, and then the kind of really small kids were getting like blue, and then women were getting like orange or whatever. And I turned to my boyfriend and I was like, I'm going to get the green one because I'm like the same height and build as most of these men. I was like, I'm going to get the fat suit. And he was like, no, don't be silly. And I was like, I am. And my best friend went ahead of me, and she's the same height as me, but she's very, very slim, much slimmer than I am. And she got the orange suit. So I was like, okay, well, we're the same height, so maybe there's hope. And I got there, the guy picked up the orange suit and then looked at me and went, no, and got the green suit. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, maybe if that was in Orlando, there'd be another colour or something.
It'd be another 3.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like mortified by this. Oh. So yes, I guess sometimes body types and things like that can cause, differences in different parts.
Yeah.
I think it's the picking up the orange one and then looking.
Yeah.
That made it so much worse.
Exactly. He was like, yeah, she looks like slim. Oh, actually, I'm not sure.
That happened to me at Discovery Cove in Florida. They you have to have like a, I can't remember what they're called, like a life jacket, I suppose.
Right.
You can either have like a full suit or just the life preserve kind of thing, and I picked the same one that I fit into like 2 years before.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was
no.
No. It wasn't as bad as my dad put one on. So this is a family trip a few years ago, and he went like that, and it just ripped.
Oh, no.
It ripped. And he's not a big guy.
No, he's not.
You've seen my dad.
Yeah.
But it just like ripped all down here. It was just like.
So
Let's get that back.
embarrassing, yeah. Well, at least you get the choice there, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you're choosing, this was very much, you shall have the biggest suit.
just-
I don't know what would have happened, though, if I'd been any bigger. I don't know if they had an extra colour.
Yeah,
suit.
because you're not exactly big. So imagine
No.
like
An Orlando resident.
an Orlando buffet eating
They have to
resident.
go around the back and get a massive suitcase out.
Yeah, it's
The black colour.
the black. Yeah,
Nobody
the
else.
slimming black.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tron at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But it's making me want to visit Shanghai a little bit less.
Yes.
It's a shame, I think.
Yeah, I get that, because it was kind of their unique
Oh, I see.
thing.
Yeah, I think that's the reason.
Yeah, I do feel I would like Pirates brought over as well, but then again, as you say, it kind of takes off the unique edge from that park. The castle is still, the biggest Disney castle in the world, so that's a good point, I guess. Although when they announced the castle, they said, it's going to have a show, an attraction. It's not one princess's castle, it's all of the princesses together, unified together. And actually, they've really made that sound better than it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not. So when they said there was an attraction, I am a fantasist, and I'm probably alone, but I was imagining like a boat ride or something that would like go through the castle, or like some kind of dungeon experience similar to the Dragon in Paris or whatever. But actually, it's this walkthrough. It's really lame. It's just this Snow White walkthrough it's got a few screens. It just tells the story in Mandarin of Snow White, and that's it. It's not an attraction.
So it's not even multiple princesses.
No, it's just Snow White's story. It's really, really lame. Like, I wouldn't recommend anyone even bothers with it, to be honest. It had quite a big queue as well. And yeah, they were like, meet and greets. The meet and greet is just outside the castle. There's not. I thought there was going to be like a princess fairy tale hall type thing inside. There's not. The show in the castle is on the stage in front of the castle, really similar to what they do in Orlando. So it is still really good. But when they were like, it's going to have a show and a restaurant and a princess meet and greet and an attraction,
and they were really bigging up the technology inside the castle as well.
Yeah. And the technology is good in the Snow White walkthrough, but I wouldn't call it an attraction. It is just a walkthrough. Like, you have the I think there's an Aladdin one in Paris, and it's just like little models. It's basically a more technologically advanced version of that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds a bit.
It's not, yeah.
But so how was the rest of the park? The main street and everything like that?
Yeah, so Main Street there is called Mickey Avenue.
Yeah.
And I was really excited about that, because they said, this is China. We don't want to just replicate Main Street. This is going to be Asian, and it's going to be different. And it's going to be, rather than like an homage to America, it's going to be about all of the different Disney characters. It was just Main Street.
Oh, really?
There was nothing Asian about it. It was a lot. The buildings were a lot shorter than the buildings in Main Street USA, which meant that you could see the entirety of the park.
Okay.
So you walk in and you can see Tron, you can see the castle, you can see like Adventure Isle, and I kind of didn't like that. I like the fact normally
you
that
walk
it's
in
all...
and you're in America, basically, back in
Exactly, and everything's concealed, which I quite like. You're over in Discoveryland or Tomorrowland, you can't see Fantasyland. It's all kind of, but this was everything was flatter, which meant you could see over the buildings, and you could see all of the. It's just, it's not like an awful deal breaker, but it was just an observation that I wasn't expecting. I feel that they could have ramped it up a little bit more and had Asian buildings there, and had like the nice roofs and like a little tea garden, but
nothing like that.
No, it was just a small version of Main Street.
Sounds like they just changed the name to keep people happy, maybe, in China.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think maybe there are certain references that are lost on the Eastern culture. So, I mean, that's why they don't have Haunted Mansion in the Asian parks, is because it's something to do with Buddhism, because I think because they believe in reincarnation, they don't believe in ghosts. So the message doesn't work over there at all. So I think maybe it's a similar thing if they don't have those kind of, because Main Street is essentially just like a American town, you've got the fire station, the town hall. And I guess if you've not got that over there, then maybe the message doesn't correlate. I'm not sure. But I don't know if they have Main Street in Hong Kong, actually. I feel like they do.
Because they have I can't remember which of the Asian parks it is. They have like a Haunted Mansion-esque ride, but it's not the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, Mystic Manor, that's in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you say, I don't think it's about ghosts.
I think it's about is it about a monkey or something?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a wizard with a pet monkey or something, and it sounds a bit like the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I think the monkey kind of starts doing stuff he shouldn't be doing, and I think he makes like the house come alive or something like that. But it's meant to be amazing. That ride.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, me too. So
what about the food? This is one for more for Dan than it is for me, because I will eat anything. I'll try anything. But yeah, how was the food?
It was awful.
Really?
Yeah. So we'd been eating a lot of good food in China. We were really lucky. In Beijing, we bumped into this random American couple, and the guy was American and the girl was from China, and she told us exactly where to eat, what to have and stuff. Because obviously when you're in China as well, you can't even really muddle through with the language because the alphabet's completely different. So you either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
So they had been helping us, and then we got to Shanghai, and my best friend was there, so she'd been helping us to find good food and so on. And then we get to Disney. So the first thing I ate was the hoisin duck pizza, because I'd seen it all over Instagram, and I was like, I have to give it a go. It was disgusting.
Really?
It was so bad. Yeah, it was not nice at all. One really nice thing that I had actually was, the traditional Mickey Mouse ice creams that you get.
Yeah.
They did a mini one, and it was white chocolate and strawberry.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was really nice. Yeah, I ate at Cheesecake Factory and Wolfgang Puck for dinner on the 2 days, and they were really
You're sorted. We can go to Shanghai.
Cheesecake Factory over there.
Oh, yeah.
So Cheesecake Factory is like Dan's favourite.
Oh, really?
I love the Cheesecake
I love
Factory,
it too.
yeah.
It's so good.
So we're sorted. If we go to Shanghai...
Yes.
Just Cheesecake Factory every night. It's fine.
That's my advice. I would actually say stick to the kind of chain restaurant, like the chain American restaurants, as opposed to like the Disney quick service. It was not good.
Oh, okay.
We tried some of the like Chinese inspired cuisine as well at the quick service places, and it didn't taste like the rest of the food we'd been eating on the trip. So I would.
It's got that mass produced.
Exactly. On the topic of food, actually, I found Disneyland Paris's food in recent years has got a bit.
It's not great.
Yeah.
No. Again, you have to eat in Disney Village.
Yeah.
That's the only place to really get food.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the same in Shanghai. Like the Cheesecake Factory and Wolfgang Puck are both located in Disney Town. So I would highly recommend eating in there. That was really, really good food. But yeah, the quick dine places inside the park were not on par, unfortunately.
Was it like a mix of Asian and American food?
Yeah, it was. And fusions, like with the duck pizza.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, you could get things like noodles, you could get like ribs and so on. It was actually mostly Western food, I would say, like burger and fries, nuggets, that kind of thing.
I knew that was coming.
So yeah, as I said, Dan's not very experimental with his food.
You'd be fine.
So you'd be alright.
I'll be sorted.
That's one of the main
Factory nuggets. Can't go wrong.
It's one of the main reasons actually that we've not, because we talked about going to Shanghai quite a bit.
Yeah, we did at one point, didn't we?
Yeah, but we never went, partly because you were a little bit worried about food options.
Yeah.
So I think this is, if anything, it's just accelerated
this is music
our
to your
trip.
ears. Okay, great. No, there's loads of Western food, so you're all good. You're safe.
How expensive was the food? Was it like crazy expensive? Was it just Disney expensive?
It was well, this is the good news as well if you are thinking of going. It was Disney expensive, but Disney expensive in China, which for the rest of the world is probably quite affordable. So we were quite lucky. My boyfriend, who I've already explained, hates Disney, yada yada yada. He was like, we're not staying at the Disneyland hotel. It's ridiculous. Like, my friend literally lived a subway journey away from the park.
Right.
And we were staying with them. And it was actually him in the end that was looking at costs and things. And I've never stayed at the Disneyland hotel in Paris, like the actual one.
Yeah.
And I've never stayed at the Grand Floridian just because I can't justify the money. And he was looking at the cost of the Disneyland hotel in Shanghai, and it was like £180 a night.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I said to him, I was like, I'm never going to be able to afford the Grand Floridian or the Disneyland Hotel in Paris unless, something amazing happens. So this is my kind of one opportunity to actually be able to afford to stay there. And he actually was the one that was like, you know what, that's a really good point. That's fair. Like, let's stay there. So yes, £180 a night for a hotel in Shanghai or in China is quite a lot of money. But obviously for us in a Disney...
That's all right,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of a confusing answer. But it's more expensive than the rest of China, but it's a lot cheaper because of that in comparison to France and America.
That's interesting. So,
yeah.
How was the hotel?
Oh, my God, it was beautiful.
Was it really?
Yeah. So... definitely the best Disney hotel I've ever stayed at. My boyfriend went as far as to say this is the best hotel I've ever stayed at.
Wow.
And he doesn't like Disney. But you can imagine it was brand new as well, so it was super clean. But it didn't feel new. They've kind of given it that heritage, and it's all the lobby and the bar are all Fantasia inspired.
Oh, cool.
So that's really nice. And then you've got the Beauty and the Beast dining area as well, which has got really nice sculptures and paintings and things of the characters. So yeah, really fancy, really elegant, lovely. And the bed, I don't know if you've seen on Instagram or social media, but the headboard of your bed, you press a button and Tinkerbell like flies across the headboard.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that,
It's really amazing. So I was just, even that, I was like, yeah, let's stay here.
That's incredible.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah.
So, because obviously they've just got the one park.
Yes.
How long would you recommend staying in kind of that area to get the most of it?
So it's very similar to the proximity of the park to Shanghai is similar to Disneyland Paris, and the park is not actually in Shanghai.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're going to incorporate it with Shanghai, you probably want like a week in that area. If you're just going to the parks, you only need like 2 days, I would say. We had 2 days, and it was during the grand opening, so it was peak. And we did everything like a few times, I would say. It was quite strange actually. Like the rides you would think would have really long queues didn't. And the really popular rides were unexpected. So the rapids, for example, were really, really popular. We actually didn't go on the rapids at all because it didn't have a fast pass when we went there. And the shortest queue we saw was like 2 hours, and I was like, it's rapids.
Yeah.
How different can it be? So we actually didn't go on that, but that was like the most popular attraction. I can't remember if there was a fast pass and it just sold out as soon as the park opened.
Is it still ticket based?
It is, yeah.
That's so weird, isn't it?
Bizarre, isn't it?
Okay, you're going to find this really weird. So the fast passes, you have to go to the land that the ride's in, and then there's like a fast pass hut for all of the attractions in that land.
So they funnel everyone into one place.
Yes, so you can see now. I think that might be why I didn't get a fast pass. I just looked at it and was like, and that was like the longest queue I saw in the entire park for anything was this fast pass queue. So it's like, okay, I want a fast pass for Tron. I'll go to the Discovery or Tomorrowland fast pass kiosk. And then everyone that wants a fast pass for any attraction in Tomorrowland is in this queue.
That's nuts.
That's really weird.
Why are none of the parks doing the My Disney Experience app? I don't get it.
It's very strange.
I've still not used that because that wasn't a thing when I last went over.
How long has it been then?
2012.
Oh, you need to get back.
I know. I really do.
Does your boyfriend like Star Wars?
He loves Star Wars.
Now's the time.
I know, right? I'm hoping, I know I said to you the other day, or I put it on Twitter, that I realised the 35th anniversary coincides with my 30th. I know it's your 30th as well.
The 50th anniversary.
Sorry, the 50th is my 30th and my sister's 21st. So I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So yes,
I'm definitely heading over there for the 50th.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in my mind that I'm going for that.
yeah, 100%. It'll be amazing. So yeah, that's my next goal for Orlando. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna try and do a 3-week trip.
On the 50th.
Oh.
Yeah, so I want to because we're meant to be going with friends that year, and none of them, including Donna, are gonna want to be there on the actual day.
Right.
Because it's going to be insane, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
absolutely mental. So I said, why don't I go there for that week?
On your own.
Maybe. I mean, Dan will probably come. This is the first time he's heard of it, so
Yeah, it's news to you.
yeah. If I need to go on my own, I'll go on my own. But I'll go there for that week, get all the 50th stuff done,
Yeah.
and it'll be insanely busy. And then they will come for the next 2 weeks,
Nice. Good plan.
when hopefully it's a bit quieter. Although it'll be crazy. That year I think every hotel room that year will be booked,
I
Oh,
agree.
definitely. Yeah.
especially with Star Wars opening. We assume this year.
Assume.
I'm really excited. I've actually just got into Star Wars. I have this amazing knack of getting into things after they're acquired by Disney. It's almost like a coincidence or something. I really like Marvel now as well. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, you've got. Yeah, I think 50th year is going to be a good year to go.
Yeah, I'm really gutted actually because I realised when we were sorting out California, they're opening their Star Wars bit this summer, so we're going to miss that, which is a shame.
When are you heading there?
So we are going in March, so a month's time, which has actually come around really quickly.
Yeah.
But that gives you more of an excuse to go to Orlando.
Exactly, exactly.
And I think the problem with if you were going in say June,
Yeah.
those parks are going to be insane.
Yeah, everyone's saying. I mean, we were really, really lucky because there's a lot of stuff that's closed, which I'll talk about a bit more in a bit. But because of that, all of the park tickets have been discounted for this off-peak for like the next 4 months.
Right.
So we've managed to do it quite cheaply, and also I don't think there's going to be very many crowds, which is a plus. But yeah, we were a little bit tied to when we are going because as a compromise, we're going skiing in California as well. So that's like for my boyfriend, and then I'm doing the Disney bit.
How does that work?
In California.
Yeah, so we're going skiing at Lake Tahoe. So we're flying into San Francisco, then we're driving to Tahoe, skiing there, driving to Yosemite, and then driving down to LA, and then finishing in Anaheim.
Right.
So yeah, that was part of the compromise, and obviously it needs to be snowy to ski, so we had to go really between January and March.
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, June was not an option.
I didn't even realise that they had snow.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
either.
I think I to be honest, I didn't really realise either. But I think most American states, because they're so big, they've all
they have
kind
parts
of
that are- yeah.
like New York, you can ski near there as well. Because we had family that lived out there for years, and they'd like just go skiing for the afternoon. It's nuts, but yeah. So.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we need to go to Shanghai.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I want to do like a Shanghai, Hong Kong trip in one.
I wish I had done that.
I think that makes sense for me to do that.
I really wish I'd done that. I think, in hindsight, because I don't know that Hong Kong is somewhere I would necessarily visit on its own.
Yeah.
So maybe if I go to like New Zealand or Australia, I'll stop off in Hong Kong because I think you can do that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
But otherwise, I can't see that I would go there. So yeah, if you do go to China, definitely tail Hong Kong onto the end of it.
Yeah, because the original plan was to do Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai in one trip.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah, yeah, I've realised that. Also, because Universal has got a park, but it's the other side of Japan.
Yeah.
So I want to go over there for when Nintendo opens.
Yes.
So there's no way I can fit in everything
No.
into one trip. So
I think also you want to take your time with it because my friend that I mentioned that lived in China, she's only got Orlando to do now, and then she's done them all. And she ended up going to Hong Kong on her own because she was still living in China. She was about to move back to the UK. She moved back last year, and she was like, similarly to how I've explained, if I don't do it now, when am I going to come back? Her boyfriend was like, don't drag me to another Disney park, and she couldn't get anyone to go with her. So she went on her own, and we spoke about it. I think I spoke to her a little bit about it for my blog, actually, and she was like, yeah, it was good, and I'm glad I've ticked another one off, but that was it. I was ticking one off. So it didn't feel like a holiday. She went out there for a couple of days on her own, got a picture with the castle, and she said it almost felt like she was just going through the motions so that she could say, oh yeah, I've done Hong Kong, rather than actually experiencing it. So that's kind of put things into perspective for me, and because I was kind of like, oh, I want to do this one and I want to do, so I'm like, no, I'm going to take my time with it and plan it properly, and yeah.
I think that's the right way to do it. Yeah, because with Tokyo as well, I want to actually visit Tokyo.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
So that's the city that I've always wanted to visit even since before I knew that Disney was there.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense to do Tokyo as a separate trip.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe doing Japan next year. You can ski in Japan too, so I'm sure that will be. We only go to places where there's Disneylands and skiing. So yes, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do that next year, but we haven't planned it properly yet. So
we've been talking about it.
Yeah, well, for Tokyo.
Yeah, we've been talking about it because Donna doesn't want to go. She loves Disney. But she doesn't want to go to Asia, full stop. So, yeah, we may be going to Tokyo next year.
Possibly.
But it will be probably like an almost last minute thing.
Yeah. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Japan, so I'm sure you'll have an awesome time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And we want to go after Nintendo's opened.
Yes, yeah, which is after the Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah,
basically.
I think so.
So if I go, I have to be careful what I say here, but it will be during the Olympics, because I'm hoping that someone I know will be there for the Olympics.
Right, okay.
Without putting pressure on that person. Yeah, you better go, because I want to go to Disneyland. So if we go, it will be during the Olympic period, so it'll be really busy.
But I think if you do have time to go to Universal,
yes,
Nintendo's supposed to be open in time for the Olympics.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course they'll try and get it to
which is
correlate.
like I think it's like 4.5 hours on the train.
Oh, okay.
So
you might be able to. Yeah,
you might be able to squeeze it in.
We're quite used to, when we go away, we seem to travel around a bit and stay at different places. So I'm sure we'll be able to do that too.
And the trains in Japan are meant to be super amazing and easy to.
They were in China, actually. The train that you get, it's not the one that takes you to Shanghai Disneyland, but there's a train that takes you to the airport and it goes past Shanghai Disneyland. You see the castle and everything's amazing.
Oh, awesome!
It's one of those hover train things. So literally before you're about to go, it kind of lifts off. I don't understand how it works. I'm the wrong person to be explaining this to you, but it basically just hovers the whole, and it goes really, really fast. But yeah, the trains in China, and I think Japan's the same. It was literally, if it said it was going at like 33 minutes past, you'd look at your watch, it would literally go on to 33 and the doors will close, it would be off. They're perfect. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That happened to me in when I was in Zurich. The train was 1 minute late, and it was at a time where Southern Rail were either cancelled or consistently late, right? So the guy that I was with, we were like, oh, it's only a minute late. This is great, and everyone else on the platform looked at that almost in unison, looked at their watches and just went, oh.
Yeah.
Like so angry that it was a minute late, because in Switzerland it doesn't happen.
No, it is nice to have, especially when you're kind of on holiday and you're trying to plan things, you know, by the book and by the minute. So it is helpful to have trains that are on time. So that's another very good thing about Asia. Yeah.
No, I do. It's definitely a place that I need to go to.
Yeah.
Donna's kind of fed up with me talking about it now. I talk about it so much, and she's like, just go.
Yeah.
Just book it.
That's the tactic, is it? Just talk about it so much, and then she'll just get fed up and say you can go.
Yeah. Like, look, come with me. If you want to come with me, we'll go together. I don't want to go. Well, how else am I supposed to go? I've got to go then, haven't I? Okay, fine. So Disneyland.
Yes.
Is very soon then.
Yeah, literally a month.
Yeah. So how did that come about? How was the whole booking process, right? Because I've looked at booking Disneyland before, and I've never quite been able to get my head around how the hell to do it.
Yes.
Because flights are fine, you know, flights are flights. But I've been looking at maybe staying in Disneyland and also getting park tickets. And it's not as simple as it is booking a trip to Disney World.
No, definitely not. There's a huge UK market that is kind of monopolised by various different travel providers like Virgin, and I know Thomas Cook do a lot of the Paris stuff. And also there are UK specific Disney websites for Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris, but that nothing like that exists for California, or Shanghai actually, really. So because our trip is kind of, we're going all over the place, we had to kind of book each section individually. And for the Disneyland Paris bit, Disneyland bit, we had to do a lot of research, like a hell of a lot of research. So for the park tickets, we were really lucky, as I said, because it's off peak and a lot of stuff is closed. They just one day had this like flash sale ticket thing. And I was like, quick, we need to book it. So we did that on their website. But even that's quite confusing because you've got I think the most you can get is like a 4-day or a 5-day pass. But then within that, you can get a flexi ticket or a one park only ticket. And the price between the two is quite dramatic. So I was like, oh God, what do I do? Because we're going for 3 days, which is the worst amount because it's like, well, inevitably on the last day I'm going to want to do one ride from California Adventure and one from Disneyland. Like that's just sod's law. So we went for the flexi ticket, but as I say, it was a lot more expensive than the one park 1 day ticket for some reason. So that was the ticket side of things. And then the accommodation, we've actually changed accommodation a couple of times.
Okay.
Just because, as I say, I'm on TripAdvisor and Disney Facebook pages consistently at the moment. And we'd booked a Best Western. It had good reviews on TripAdvisor. It was like walking distance. And I was just chatting to some people on TripAdvisor about something completely unrelated, probably dining or something. And they were like, where are you staying? And I told them and they're like, no, you can't stay there. And I was like, but it's got really good reviews and it says it. No, you have to walk through the staff car park and it's not very nice. You want to be the other side of the park because you've got all your restaurants there. And I at first was like, oh, whatever, I'll ignore it. And then it starts to get to you lying in bed and you're like, do I want to walk around the back through the car park? Not really. I'll just have a look at this other hotel. So now we're staying at a place called the King's Inn, which is one of the like Disney partner hotels. And it's right next to Cheesecake Factory, you'll be pleased to hear.
There you go. Prime location.
Exactly. So you've got Bubba Gump Shrimp on one side and Cheesecake Factory on the other. And I've had a look on like Google Street View and stuff, and it looks like that area is an extension basically of downtown Disney. There's like all the usual suspects, like those guys that I just mentioned. I think there's a Lush there. And then it almost leads into downtown Disney, because that's obviously the strange thing with the California park is it is just in a neighborhood.
It's just like plopped in there, isn't it?
Literally. So I think where we are now, it will feel like we're part of the Disney experience. The Disneyland hotels are extortionate and they don't include your tickets or anything like that. There were no real perks that I could see from staying there. Other than proximity. And with the flexi ticket that we purchased, we get one extra magic hour morning as well.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, to be honest, I think the park closes at midnight and opens at 7 a.m. I don't think I'm going to be there from 7 till midnight every day. So I thought, no, I'll save the money and stay off site. But as I say, it looks like it's almost
pretty much there.
Site. Because it is quite a different beast, as it were, to Walt Disney World, where it's very much a world. This is just in a neighborhood in Anaheim. So that was that really. And then dining reservations are kind of what I am looking into at the moment. Fantasmic was closed and I was devastated, really upset. They've just announced it's opening on March the 7th, so it will be open when we're there, which I'm really, really pleased about.
The Fantasmic in Disneyland is supposed to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so I had this like Friday evening of self-pity a couple of weeks ago where I was like wallowing like, oh. So I just went on YouTube and watched that and watched World of Colour because that's down at the moment as well. And I was like, I'm just going to watch it here because I'm not going to get to see it. And now that it's open, I'm gutted because I've ruined it for myself because I know exactly what happens now. But it's very, very similar to the Orlando version, but there's two specific things that don't happen in Orlando that do in this version that look amazing. Yeah, and
I think they'll really open it with maybe a few extra features as well.
I hope so.
I reckon you won't have seen everything.
I hope so. I really do. So that's that. So I am looking at doing the Fantasmic dinner package at the moment, because again in Orlando obviously you've got the amphitheater, so you're guaranteed a seat, whereas in California it's literally just in Adventureland on the river. So if you don't have one of the dining packages, you don't get a fast pass, you're kind of standing, and I've read online that people get there 2 hours before, which I don't really want to do. So I'm thinking of dining at Blue Bayou because I really want to eat there anyway. And that gets you your ticket for Fantasmic. So that's what I am currently booking, is my food and stuff. But I am a little bit worried about food. As we've said, some of the food at Disneyland Paris and Shanghai recently has been a little bit substandard. So I am, I've eaten at Captain Jack's, which was Blue Lagoon at Disneyland Paris, and I was really disappointed with their food. So I'm hoping California can rise to the occasion.
I think so. Disney World's food is still very good, isn't it?
Yes.
Even in park.
Yeah,
It's still
definitely.
good.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's across America.
Across America, you'll have the same.
Because they really pride themselves on that in Orlando, don't they? They have like world-class chefs in their restaurants, and I think California is similar. And we are dining during food and wine period as well. They have theirs in March in California for some reason. So that should be good, I hope, at the very least. We can get some nice snacks and things from food and wine. So yeah.
This is the thing, so because Disneyland is somewhere that Donna wants to go.
Right. Okay.
Now there's a food and wine, which I wish I knew about, but I don't. For some reason, I don't think I've raised that in a conversation with Donna.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Given your passion for food and wine.
Yeah, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival is my favourite thing.
I've
Disney
never
World.
been.
So next time you go, make sure it's during
October.
that. Yeah, because it will be October, won't it? The 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about that. I'm really looking forward to that. There's loads of snacks. I have a list of snacks. I don't think we'll be doing very much table service dining at all, because I have a list of snacks in California that I need to try that look amazing. So yeah, that will be good.
Yeah, so especially if you've not been to an American Disney park since
2012. Yeah, which I think is why my expectation of the food now is like, oh, Disney food's rubbish, but it's just Paris and Shanghai have ruined it for me.
Yeah, the Paris food is bad.
It's not great, no.
Because you were there last year.
Yes, I was.
So was I, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't, like, I think I ate in, I can't remember what it's called, like the Crystal Palace-esque place.
Yes.
That was nice. But I think that was the only like decent park food experience I had.
That's Plaza Gardens, I think.
Yes, I think you're right, yeah. But even outside, I'm trying to think of...
Rainforest is average.
We had a really bad experience in Rainforest. I'm trying to think of where else we would have eaten. I don't think we ate at Planet Hollywood.
No, we didn't when we were there.
No.
I think we ate at Rainforest twice.
Right.
I don't really remember. The thing is, the food isn't anything to write home about, so you don't really remember it.
No.
And I was there a week.
Yeah, I think we ate at Plaza Gardens twice. We ate at Rainforest once. But there must have been 2 other places that we ate at. Because we were there for like 5 days.
Yeah.
So.
We went in January last year and we were on the dining plan, which I'd never had at Paris before. I think it was quite new at the time. So I was like, this is a good opportunity to eat at these places I haven't eaten before. And one of the places I really wanted to eat was at Walt's. Obviously, it's their kind of flagship restaurant, ridiculously overpriced. And we went in there and that meal was really average, really, really average. And when you're paying that kind of money, if you have an average meal at Rainforest or Planet Hollywood, you can kind of get over it.
Exactly.
But when you're, you've booked this like fine dining restaurant and, that it was just not, the service was outstanding. And I do think that the cast members and the service in Paris have improved hugely in the last few years. But unfortunately, the taste of the food is not quite on par with it. And it's Paris.
I know, it's French cuisine, right? You expect something.
I know.
Amazing.
But I think that's the problem. I think it's because they almost, I think for Shanghai, the food in China was so delicious. I think they almost need to not have any kind of, it feels like the American Disney parks are dictating the menus almost, and you almost want to say, let's just start at the beginning. Let's get a French chef in who knows the area, knows the food, and let's start again.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so I don't think I've announced it officially yet, but I'm going back in March to Disneyland Paris.
Oh, amazing.
with 3 people that I've never met.
Wow. Okay, tell us more.
So, Ben on Twitter messaged me and was like, I'm going to Disneyland Paris. Nick from Disaster Dark has also signed up, and somebody else as well. Like, do you want in? And I was like, oh, do I want in? How much is it? It's like 170 quid for 3 nights.
Wow.
At the Sequoia Lodge.
Nice.
So I was like,
Sequoia Lodge.
It's a bit of an odd thing for me to do, go to Disneyland Paris with 3 people I've never met. But they're nice. They're all nice people.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of talk to each other on Twitter, podcast with Nick. So I thought, I'm just going to do it. Why not?
Amazing.
For 170 quid.
Can't really go wrong
is
with
that
that.
transport as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'd definitely do that. You made the right decision.
Yeah, so that's going to be an
I didn't
interesting
realise
one.
that included transport.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
I know, right? So, yeah, that's towards the end of March.
Yeah, that would be really nice. What's happening? Is it Pirates and
Yeah, so I
Princesses?
think it's I'm going to be going to the Pirates and Princesses soiree there. That's that weekend.
Cool.
So I think loads of other podcasts and YouTubers will be there. So
You're a big team princess, aren't you?
yeah, that's what I'll be. Dressed up as my favourite princess in the parks.
I really love the marketing for that because I love how they've put on the well, I don't know about the princess side, but there's definitely some girl characters on the pirate
Yeah, which
side.
is great, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's really nice. I really like how they've done that.
Although the princess dresses, I don't know if you've seen them, they look pretty shocking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't.
The new show that they've got there, they look a bit odd.
Oh, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
They had a weird thing like that when we were in Shanghai. They did a show called I can't remember what it was called, something Fantasy Fair, and all of the princesses' outfits were gold. So Jasmine was wearing her normal outfit but gold, and Snow White had this huge gold dress made out of butterflies. Ariel was wearing a gold bra, and I was like, oh, this is going to be weird. I think, oh no, I've just remembered it was called Golden Fantasy Fair.
That makes sense. Yeah.
There we are. And I remember seeing pictures and thinking, oh, but actually in the setting and everything
When you're
it
there,
worked
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a similar
I think it
thing.
probably will be, yeah.
That's awesome. I love Paris. I go to Paris way too much. I think just because it's convenient and it is so much easier to get to because it's so close. So yeah.
I don't go enough. We don't go enough, do we?
No,
really?
not really.
I think I might get an annual pass when I'm over there.
Right, okay.
I've thought about doing that too because when we went last year, we went for, similar to you, we went for 5 days. And I thought actually, because you get the discount of the tickets, I think, if you buy it when you're out there.
That's right, yeah.
They discount your tickets for the trip that you've just had almost.
Right, okay.
So I thought actually, I only need to come once again this year and I've made my money. Why wouldn't I? But I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But no, I think next time I go to Paris, I'm definitely going to I just want to have an annual pass just for 1 year.
Yeah.
Just to experience it and everything that comes with it. So.
But I think if you go for because I think there's 4 options. And
Yes,
certain ones
there are.
different dates.
Yes.
You go for the second to top. There's hardly any block out dates. I think you still get 10% off merchandise.
Right.
And it works out at £15 a month if you pay monthly.
Wow. When you say it like that, that's like Spotify and Netflix. That's it.
I know, right? It's insane, isn't it?
Your Disney subscription.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're anything like me, I use my dad's Netflix and my boyfriend's mum's Spotify. So I'm actually saving £15 a month
That's the way.
already.
That's the way to do it.
So I can afford the annual pass.
See, I'm the person that's gifting those services down the people. So
There's always one. There has to be one.
yeah.
But I think it will, if you had the annual pass, it would probably encourage you to go more.
Of
in
course.
years,
100%.
You know.
And also they've got Star Wars, Marvel, and Frozen all on the way.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And I think also if you're in this kind of community where you say, you're going on this trip with people that you've never met, there's so many different people. A friend of mine has recently got involved with all the kind of Dapper Day stuff and the Disney bounding.
Yeah.
And she's just met a bunch of people in London that she hadn't met, but they're all into kind of vintage clothing and Disney and they go together a lot. So I think if you've got the annual pass, it gives you that excuse as well to be like, well, actually, these people are going, well, I've got my annual pass. And so you get to meet new people as well, which I think is nice. So.
exactly, and I'm the only one of the 4 that hasn't got an annual pass, and I'm not having that.
They can sponsor you then, can't they?
That's right, yeah. So I'll get even more of a discount. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice. Didn't know that worked.
Yeah.
So it'll be cheaper than £15. a month.
Nice.
Yeah, they get a discount if they sponsor someone. They get like a refund over a percentage of the annual pass, and you get a discount.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll sponsor you, Dan.
Yeah.
Once I'm annual pass holder.
When he's in the club.
And as a side note, what's your Netflix password?
Save yourself £10 a month, £10 a month.
So have you got any questions for us on any of the Disneyland stuff or anything else?
I think the big one's food. Have you heard bad stuff about the food?
No, I've not actually. I've heard good things about food in Disneyland. I've heard the food festival is good, but obviously not on Epcot scale.
Yeah.
But I've heard that it's got better over the last couple of years.
Okay.
I think the thing is, I don't know if you have any like allergies or preferences on food or anything like that, so you should be absolutely fine. But yeah, I've heard really good things about Disneyland.
Okay, good.
I don't know about you.
I've not heard a huge amount, but I'll take your word for it.
Do you know what we haven't discussed? The castle. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's being boarded up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset. The one thing I wanted was a picture of myself with the original Disney castle.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen.
But you have to go back.
Exactly. Or if anyone's got any ideas about where else to have a photo, I know there's a really cool shot that you can get with the Ferris wheel in California Adventure.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to try and do that. But yeah, it won't be the same as Cinderella Castle. Sleeping Beauty Castle over there.
I think what you need to do is just take a photo of yourself in front of a green screen.
Yes.
Put it on Reddit and just be like, can you just Photoshop me in front of the castle?
See what comes out. I'll get some horrors
You'll
probably.
get some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you might get a Disney one, which would be good.
I may. Well, I work in marketing. I'm sure one of the designers at work can knock something up. Be fine.
Well, we all work in marketing as
There
well.
you go.
So
yeah, someone.
we
can
know
do
someone
it.
that can do it.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I think actually the attraction I'm most looking forward to, ironically, because I was dead against this when it happened, is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's the main attraction that I want to go over there for.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's the California one they've adapted, because I love Tower of Terror, and if they'd touched like Orlando or Paris, I would have felt really angry. So I'm like, no, that's fine, you can just do
I have a
yours.
feeling that Paris is next.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Doesn't surprise me.
The Tower of Terror in Paris is right where Marvel Land is supposed to start.
No.
So I believe it's an exact replica of the one that's in California.
In terms of it doesn't move.
Yeah, I think so.
It'd be
Yeah.
really
So
easy
it'd
copy
be
and
so
paste
easy
job.
for them to change it.
No.
I just think they didn't announce it when they announced all the other stuff, not to annoy everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Just
they had
not
a
drag
lot
down the
of,
big announcement.
Yeah, a
But I
lot
think-
of backlash, didn't
Yeah.
they, with that?
I think Walt Disney World is safer now because we already have a Guardians ride on the way.
Yeah.
And they can't use many other Marvel properties in Disney.
Yeah.
Like that side of the country anyway.
Yeah, and also because of the fact that it's almost on its own, isn't it? It's kind of, there's that pathway in Hollywood Studios, and it's kind of
tucked a little bit round the
it
corner,
is,
isn't it?
yeah.
Unless they decide to go, okay, we're changing Rock and Roller Coaster, we're changing Tower of Terror, and we're finally getting rid of that Beauty and the Beast show.
Well, no, that could happen because
could.
the Rock and Roller Coaster in Paris is turning into Iron Man.
Yeah, but they can't use Iron Man in Florida.
Yes,
Because
that's
of
correct.
Universal's agreement.
Because of the, okay, yeah.
So they can only use characters that are a bit out there. They could probably use Captain Marvel.
They can use Guardians though.
They can
surely.
use because they've got that coming to Epcot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see Captain Marvel working in the same way as Iron Man.
She can fly.
She
Yeah.
can fly.
Yeah.
Like, there's that scene that they've shown in the trailer where she's basically doing exactly what Iron Man does in one of the films.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so you could see it working.
Yeah, so Captain Marvel could well replace. I mean, because most people kind of under the age of say 25 don't really know or care who Aerosmith are.
No, and I think I always liked in Disneyland Paris. I always liked the synergy between having the Aerosmith with Armageddon, like because they sing the song, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
And that's just such old hat, and Armageddon's going, and it just all needs to go.
It does, yeah. And Armageddon, like I went on it a couple of years ago. My God, that is a terrible attraction.
I feel so sad when people say this. I have this real nostalgia for that
Do you?
ride. I know it's terrible. I know
This
it's
is the thing,
awful.
right? Because you do have that. Because I don't think I went because I've been to Paris a fair few times when I was a kid, but I don't think we ever did it.
Right, so you're just like, what is
Yeah,
this?
the first time I went on it, I think was a few years ago.
Right.
And it's just like, what is happening?
What have I just done?
Oh no, I remember that I really loved that movie when I was like 12. I loved it, and then I remember the ride. I really, really liked it when it came out, so I do have this nostalgia. But I went on it in January, I think just to keep warm basically, and there was no queue, so I was like, quick, go in here. I've done everything else because we've been here for 5 days and there's no one here, so let's just try something new. And we went in, and I kid you not, the screen that, you know, they show you the kind of pre-show section with the guy that sadly passed away recently. They had the screen, and it hadn't like loaded or something, and it was like a Windows 98 blue background with like a grey start bar with like the little colourful flag, and I was just like, they literally haven't done well. I guess why would they update it from when it was built? But that kind of hit home, and I thought
He was like, now it's time for a
time
change.
now. I'm at peace with it, so I'm glad I got to go on it that last time.
Yeah, see, my nostalgic ride was Ellen's Energy Adventure in Epcot,
I've never been on that.
which is now being replaced by Guardians.
I'm sure I have been on it, but I have no recollection.
I loved it.
I haven't. What was it before?
Well, it's been Ellen's Energy Adventure since like the early to mid 90s. So
Oh.
before that, I don't remember.
I've never been on that.
Yeah,
It's like it's a 45-minute ride.
Yeah, it's
What?
nuts.
Where?
You basically you're in a moving theatre, and you go around. Bill Nye the Science Guy's in it with Ellen, and there's a really bad Ellen animatronic that you can't see on the ride, but she had it on her show recently.
Yes, she
and
did,
it's
didn't
absolutely terrible.
she? Yeah.
Amazing. I don't know how this has passed me by.
It's great for like a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you've been walking around and you need to sit down.
You're tired.
But same kind of thing with Armageddon. It did need to go.
Yeah, but because you remember it, you have this kind of feeling, don't you? Which is,
exactly.
yeah.
And whenever I went with my family, up until it closed, we were like, "Oh, should we go on Ellen?" And we'd all love it. And even Donna, actually, who only went to Disney, she went to Disney for the first time. Well, Disney World for the first time when she was 18.
Okay.
And I've been going since I was like 3.
Yeah.
And she went on that for the first time and loved it. So maybe it was a good ride.
Who knows? We'll never know. It's going now.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's been torn apart already.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the entrance to Guardians now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not even part of the ride as such, is it?
No,
It's just the queue.
it's all gone. But yeah, Paris has got some good things coming. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be in like 5 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's really, really upped its game like recently, because my family and we used to go to Paris like every year when I was a teenager. We'd have like a holiday towards the end of the year, like a summer holiday in kind of September time, and then we'd always go to Paris at the beginning of the year. And we got to a point where we were going every year, and we were like, it's getting a bit samey.
Nothing's changed,
so I
yeah.
didn't go for a really long time. And then I went in, I can't remember now, I think it was beginning of 2016, and I was really impressed. They'd really, like, I think from a guest services point of view, the cast members and things like that, the shows, the parade, I think they really have upped their game in recent years. So
Yeah, massively. And now that Disney solely own Disneyland Paris,
Yeah.
they've
It can only be good things, can't
they
it?
put in the investment, haven't they, straight away?
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Bob Iger's like
Yeah,
throwing out his
all
cash.
the money.
As he takes in his 85% salary increase as well.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts, isn't it? Like, any more questions for us?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm really excited about the trip.
Oh, you're going to have to come back and tell us about it.
Of course, I will.
Because
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just book a trip at some point.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
not just the Disney part, but the whole trip, Yosemite, San Francisco, LA,
Yeah.
it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Well, we were treating ourselves. I don't want people to think that this is just me like, oh yeah, I'm just no, last year we I didn't go on holiday at all because we were buying our first property, so it was like save.
Yeah.
And then literally I think the day that everything happened with the completion, we were like, screw it, let's just book our flights. I think people are like, you've literally just bought a house, why the hell are you doing this? But we needed it, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
Oh, it'll be amazing. Next year we're planning to sell this place to change to a bungalow, and I think somehow I've got to navigate a Tokyo trip into that as well.
Yeah, it's really hard, isn't it, to try and fit everything in and
Yeah, but you just got to be like, screw it, it's only money.
exactly. It comes and goes.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. And as I said, you need to come back and tell us about the trip. Do you want to share your website and anything else with the listeners?
For sure. So my Disney blog is called mydisneyblog.co.uk. So really, really easy to find. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Just my name, Mercedes Lois. Yeah, check me out.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So thanks again for Mercedes for coming on the show. And as we said, she's going to be coming back when she's gone on her trip to Disneyland in March. So we're really keen to talk about that once she's back, because somewhere we've not been, we're looking to go. But we are excited to see what she thinks of Disneyland. So you can find us on our website, themeparktrader.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of the socials. Our username is Theme Park Trader. Dan and I are also on Twitter, but we'll let you find us because you kind of know that by now. And please do take the time, go to iTunes if you haven't done so already, and leave us 5 stars. That helps us to grow. You know, we're growing all the time, but we need your guys' help in leaving us that 5-star review and a comment if you can as well, because that really helps with the iTunes algorithm rankings. So thanks for listening, and we will see you again next week.
Ah, there you are. And just in time. There's a little matter I forgot to mention. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return.